Greetings all. I am actually doing some work. See here? I'm building some stages for my brother's funeral. Right? The tools are all around me. I'm working. That's the stage I'm working on here. But I'm compelled to ponder as I work on comments made and that were published in the Guyana Chronicle. I'm speaking specifically here tonight to Jimin Figueira. He doesn't like for me to call his name, but yet he's an employee of the people of Guyana. You're employed by the people of Guyana. We pay your money as taxpayers, so you have to answer to us. I don't care how you feel. If you don't want me to call your name, resign from the PNC or whatever party you're with tomorrow. Get out. Now stop calling him because you're that insignificant. But for as long as you remain a lawmaker, for as long as you remain someone who makes laws in this country, you will be spoken to. Jermaine Figueira, and if Chronicle mislead us or would have misled us in quoting you or misquoting you, then deal with Chronicle. I'm speaking to what I read. Are you hearing me clearly? It's late, as I said. I'm still here. 1 stage, 2 stages. There's another one below here, this stage here. I'm building them for the funeral. I told you I couldn't be in them because I'm working. Actually, I'm still at work. But I had to pause before I retire to address this man. Are you hearing me clearly? This member of parliament who currently is a member of the opposition. Note what I said. Currently. Because I do not foresee this lasting for pretty long. Jermaine Figueira is currently, at this moment, he is a member of parliament for the APNU AFC coalition. I do not, based on his reactions to things publicly, foresee that being long term. Good. You hear me clearly. Thank you. All right. Figueira, because you're not honorable anything from here, how in the world could you, as a grown man, one who's supposed to be a teacher, observe, or maybe you should be aware, and please forgive me, the dogs may bark and things may happen around me, but it's all right. How could you be informed, I think you're informed, about the events that surrounded today's and yesterday's actions? And then the only thing that you can do to appease, calm, de-escalate, speak to, address the situation, the only thing you can do is to say that you are not in agreement with the actions of the police. I don't know who would be. Some PPP supporters are, by the way. But you're asking the Londoners to act in a lawful manner, to obey the law. Now, I need you to help me here, because you Figueira, you are what is called a legislator. Guyanese brothers and sisters, every member of parliament, when they sit in the House of Assembly, they form the legislative branch of governance. Meaning they're the ones who make or frame laws, they're the ones who can repeal or remove laws from the books, they're the ones who can amend laws. These are the people speaking to here. They are the ones who handle laws for us to live by. Just understand how serious these people's responsibilities are. Like Damlal, he sat in the House of Assembly. When Pre-Mani Chan would have read, or he should have been somewhere around there, but he's aware of the law that speaks to what happens when a young lady reports that she's raped. He knows. He is familiar with that law. Bharat sat there and he's familiar with the law too. Irfan was there and he's familiar with the same law. But yet when the young lady complained that Damlal did something to her, nothing of the law, nothing regarding the law was followed until days later. Now Figueira is telling us in Linden, I'm not there. As I said, I'm showing you evidence, I'm working. It's look at the hour of the night and I'm still outside. I'm not in bed. But, shalom to your apostle. Shalom, my brother. Shalom, up. This man is saying to us in Linden that he doesn't agree with what the police did. But the Lindeners must act in accordance to the law. Now, you're a lawmaker, Figueira. You haven't said, according to Guyana Chronicle, one word about what the policemen's responsibilities are when it comes to dealing with us. You decide that you're going to appease Irfan Ali. Let me just talk to you straight. And you'll appease Barbara Jagdi on the PPP side to tell us, I won't wake up my house, or my people's house that I'm staying at. And you're lucky it's late, I want Hollow Sword in this phone, but I'll try to contain myself tonight. You decide, Figueira, Figgy, that the best response to give to people killing Linden people is that we, the people, I'm not able, I'm just speaking as a one because I'm a part of the community. Maybe you're not. We should act according to the law. The police shouldn't kill the boys, shouldn't kill the men. Let there be an investigation, and we should act according to the law. Well, let me tell you, preacher man. Let me tell you, Figueira, what the law is. Because maybe you don't understand what the law is. The law of Guyana, never. The law of this country, you are a legislator. You're supposed to be one who's familiar with the Constitution. The law of this country does not ever say that a police must use excessive force first. It does not say that. You all have water cannon. To do what? Even if you brought the fire truck and sprayed water on the people, that is not deadly force. If you bring rubber bullets, which you should not have had any guns in the first place, unless there are guns present, you shouldn't have any gun in my face. I told the police that. If you don't see me with a weapon, don't come to me with any weapon in your hand. Because I would consider your actions as a threat to my safety. But Ghanaians need to understand what the laws are. Don't let these policemen and chicken members of parliament walk all over you all. You are one who sits to protect the Constitution. The Constitution doesn't ever give the police the right to come to me with excessive force first. More than that. Because I'm trying to de-escalate my emotions, de-escalate my anger before I get back to Linden. And before I move around and have certain meetings that should be had. It seems as if you have to speak to appease Irfan Ali or bar to somebody. I don't know what you're doing, but you're not speaking for Linden. The police came yesterday, shot and killed the first young man. 24 hours didn't pass yet. They killed another young man. And based on the damage that I see to that second young man's face, it was a shot that had to have been either at close range or by a very powerful weapon. And the best that you can tell me, because you are a member of parliament, I'm not a member of parliament, you as a member of parliament, paid by me, paid by taxpayers, paid, and you claim to be representing Linden. Your representation is that we must act lawfully. What must the police do? Oh, they must investigate the one who killed the two people who killed the people. That's it? That's all that you can tell me? Boy, you're lucky I'm broadcasting so late, you know, Figgy. Because I could be very loud. Because you all don't hear me when I speak calmly. The best that you can tell me as a Lindener is that we should act. We should act according to the law. So what are the police supposed to do then? If, I'm asking you again, because you represent me in the House of Assembly, if the police comes to my hometown and shoot my comrade, or my countryman, or my town man, then the next day they shoot another one. Am I supposed to, just answer me, Figueira, and I could do it subliminally, am I supposed to sit back and let the police just shoot the hell out of my town and do nothing? Is that, I need to know the law. Travis Chase was on the ground. Sherrod was there in a capacity, I guess, as one who's taking footage for his program tonight. So they're supposed to shoot when journalists are there as well. The police are supposed to shoot all around the place and have journalists ducking and running. Is that the law? Oh, so when it comes to the PPP, the law only applies to me. To civilians, not to policemen. You did not even go out As far as I didn't see you, I apologize if you were there. But I'm asking Londoners where you were and they haven't accounted for you yet. You didn't even go out there to express rage as a member of parliament. You are the highest ranking official, you and Devin Sears, for Region 10. Not Mr. Doran Adams. You and Devin Sears are the two highest ranked officials in all of Region 10. And as the two highest ranked officials, you, Mr., decide to talk. And what did you say? That the policemen should be investigated. But the Londoners who saw our brothers shot and killed should abide by the law. Now here I tell you that. Let me tell you this, Mr. Lawmaker. The police have to show me first that they can keep the law. That's why I kept telling you, they have to stop shooting. You see they stop shooting? No, I'm not playing with that. I'm not going to be any community to come tell people, oh, don't do anything. Do not do anything. Thank you, Devin. So Devin stood with our people. Thank you, Devin is here. Mr. Sears said he stood with our people. Mr. Sears, don't, I didn't speak. Anybody else saw Figueira there speaking to his people? Thank you, Devin. So Devin is standing out publicly here. I am asking a question because Devin Sears is another lawmaker here. And Mr. Devin says, no, I'm telling you all the truth. Correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Sears. Correct me here, Mr. Member of Parliament. Where in the law does it state that the police have a right to show up in my town, shoot and kill one in my town then? I want you to give me the law. When I go out to the street to protest, they come to me with more force. And I shouldn't react. So this law of Guyana apparently says that the police can do whatever they want to do to you and you must just sit back and don't react to it. So we have the sissy laws, we have the hen laws, we have the girl laws in Guyana, whereby as a man, you watch your brothers be shot and killed and you don't do anything, don't react. I am on... Mr. Sears said it, they have no damn right to use deadly force. This, you see, man, y'all don't understand why this bugs me now. I don't sit in the House of Assembly, but I understand law because I love law. There's no law that says that the police are supposed to come to you and shoot you and kill you first. There is no such law. If they had the fire engine, I'm telling you again, because the fire service is a part of the paramilitary. So they account to Robeson Ben. They account to the Ministry of Home Affairs. They could say, listen, turn the 4-inch pump on and shoot water into the crowd to disperse them. Or they could say, y'all just stand back. Y'all just stand back and speak to the people. What they did last, they want to do first. Or let me make it clear for y'all. Irfan should have been in London since last night. Since you love us so much. And you should have said, this action of the police here, we condemn it condignly. We condemn it in the most drastic of ways. And we're going to deal with this man. Next, show us that he's in handcuffs going into Brick Dam or some other station. Not no close arrest. Show us live that this police officer is in handcuffs, his feet are shackled like a criminal, and he's going to be tried in the court or put before the court. Not tried, but charged for murder. Show us action. No, but instead you show us force. You show us force, and then Figgy could come to me as a member of parliament, representing me. That's why I'm talking to you, because you represent me. I never vote for you, but you represent me still. And in your leadership capacity, you telling me, boy, that I'm supposed to just sit back and obey the law while the police shoot the hell out of my people? So what's the law? Which law should they obey? This is not no office broadcast. I took a break from this activity I'm doing here to talk to you, because I wish I could have been in London. I can't. I have to deal with this situation with my brother's death. But I have to deal with this as much as I can. And you know, I'm not afraid to stand alone and protest anyway, because I have a lot of protesting to do, because this is not going down like that. There's nothing called close arrest of police officers. I keep telling you all that. I don't know where they're finding these laws from, you know. You ask Mr. Slow, what are the conditions according to the Act representing policemen for you to be under close arrest? You can't shoot no civilian and kill them in cold blood and tell me that you're under close arrest. That is a criminal act. Therefore, you will be interdicted. You will lose your rank until the matter is done. You'll be tried like a normal civilian until the matter is done. I don't know y'all could protect people who shouldn't kill me or my people. Where does Figueira get this reasoning from? And although people are dead and still talk about this thing, this boy jumping the bridge thing now. He's happy that Ali said that all the bridge tolls are being taken away. Preacher man, according to what, when we had that show that time with Conan and Winston Smith and Theodore Adams, close to 18 to 20 or more $1 million are collected from that bridge every month. There are 80 members of staff, people from the council who paid through the bridge when you collect toll. Ali decides that he could withdraw or cut out from Linden 18 to 20 or more million, because when town week comes, there's even more money at the bridge. Christmas time, more money at the bridge. So he decided he could take away $18 million from our economy just like that. And Figgy say, yay, that's development. Who you think is benefiting from that? You, boy, who benefits from that figure? Who you think owns those trucks across the bridge every day? Now, do I agree that there should be a toll in the middle of the city, in the heart of the town, then a not toll of the bridge? Hell no. The council shouldn't do that. It should not happen, and I would not say that with any qualms. The council should not be collecting 2 tolls. If you want to collect at Caracara, don't collect anything from any bridge. But Ali could tell me that I should be paying $1,900. I pay $180 for a bus or my bike X-Trail, or $600 for my little truck at Linden. I pay $200 at the Harbor Bridge. When I get to the Beach Bridge, I must pay $1,900 for the same bus I drive, or my X-Trail or whatever car I'm in. $1,900. Now, just so that Ali could just wipe that away based on Barrett's instruction. Forget about tolls. You know why? You know why? Because these people know very clearly that the people who benefit from that removal of the toll are those who want trucks, not you. And Figgy jump and support that foolishness. Sharma, Devin, and others, I'm telling you all, I'm not into apnea, CPPP and stuff. I'm into Guyanese being better off. We need to let Irfan and those know that the bridge is ours. I told her that from the beginning. Take the bridge and we'll have a toll attached to it, because it'll benefit and the money will stay in our town. Go to Parliament. We will argue in Parliament that this bridge money for Linden will benefit Linden. Let it be in the House of Assembly. Let them pass that law that the bridge toll for Linden remains in Linden. We'll have a committee, we'll have people employed, and they'll account to Lindeners. They'll report to us about the money for the bridge. We keep the money in Linden, because it makes sense to have a toll, even if it's $60 for a car, as it is. Keep it as it is. But you want to play political games with people's lives. And I see just what you're doing, because when you take away the toll from Linden, then Linden depends on you all for all sustenance. Subventions, they call it. Everything to keep us alive, comfortable, eating, driving on the road would have to come from Georgetown. You're damn ice past people. You all think that Linden is some begging people, beggy. We want to pay the bridge. Who the hell is Figueira to tell me that I mustn't pay money? I want to pay. You cross free, because you cross free anyhow, apparently. You have about 80 members of staff in Nissan who paid through that bridge. Instead of you saying you have a problem with our money in Linden being sent all the way to Georgetown. Nissan and Georgetown must control my money in Linden. You could talk about foolishness but toll, and you happy that it's development? Developing who? Now today you jump again. Now today you jump again, boy. And you talking foolishness about we should obey the law? You're ice past people, boy. You and tell me that I'm supposed to obey the law. That's why I'm not your chicken softy past, you know. I tell you that before. I'm no little wimp. You can't tell me the police can come and shoot up people in Linden, harm my town folk, and then I must obey the law? And you can't condemn them? What are you really telling me? The other thing that I look at is that when the police shot and killed Ronaldo last night, O.C., Rogers and y'all weren't talking. Critic and y'all were not condemning these behaviors in a way that should be condemned. I think Critic said something about O.C. But the minute we react Suddenly, Londoners, I'm appealing to y'all to stay calm. So what happened? Y'all let me say hell, because I'm mad. I won't cuss. I don't cuss, but I want to say, boy, you can't handle it from future. What is wrong with y'all? How is it when the police start shooting me or my people, and we react to them? Londoners, I'm appealing to y'all to calm down. You have to keep the peace. So what the police kept? What did I want to talk to proper English tonight? What did the police keep when they shot and killed 2 of us in London? 2, and I'm saying us because it's my people I'm talking about. When they started shooting live rounds, your Travis Chase telling you all live rounds. He's announcing, watch it, because he has experience with the coast. Live rounds, it means they're shooting to kill you. A sitting member of parliament is telling me that I should keep the law when the police are breaking it all day. When the police broke the law at length, many laws, Figgy said I should keep it. Londoners, y'all keep the law. Don't disturb the peace. Don't block the bridge. Don't block the road. That's why I tell Figgy has no intention to do these things. Figueira has no intention, and I don't expect anybody to condemn him. Y'all are parliamentary comrades, even I understand that. But I can understand why you came out and stood. But apparently he doesn't understand why you're standing out there. And that you're saying plainly as a legislator, you frame laws in the House of Assembly, David. You understand this, what I said. There is no law that allows a policeman to show up, or a group of policemen with assault weapons or live rounds in a pistol or rifles and shoot at people who have no guns on their side. The law states that you are supposed to, as a policeman, assess the situation. Let me tell you about how the standard procedure for policing is. I used to run for the police force. You're supposed to assess the situation. Then you have a call. You have satellite radios and stuff. You call your superiors. Boss, there's a problem, or comrade, or whatever it is. We need this CC Miranda Brown is on my page. Because you can't be a man. Nor can you be a woman. You're something, you're in it. A senior officer was injured. What do you have to say? I have a lot to say. Because, I mean, why was the person injured? The person wasn't injured yesterday. The person wasn't injured this morning when the people were lighting fire and were peaceful. Because I don't know when fire become aggression. They didn't burn anybody's house. They simply put fire on the road to say, listen, we are lighting this in protest. Donkey. But you come here as a PPP. Anyway, you pay to do what you do, so I'm not going to focus on you. But let me talk to those who think like you. If the police, I say again, begin to attack and kill our people, look at South Africa, because I could understand what you're going to think again. Look at South Africa. The police used to shoot and kill Africans in South Africa. Look at South Africa. The people said, what are we supposed to do? We're supposed to hold on and say, okay, officer, kill me. If I did not observe carefully what happened to that young man, because I don't encourage behaviors that are aggressive, but you have to understand there's a time for war and a time for peace. You can't come and want to fight me and then tell me I should be peaceful. The law does not allow policemen to attack me wantonly in a most aggressive and deadly manner and tell me just roll over and die. Let me shoot and kill you and it's all right. The law of Guyana states that the very last thing you do as a policeman is hurt a civilian. But that's simply the first thing you're supposed to do. The law of my country states that you have got to use the least force to de-escalate the situation. When you go to excessive force is when I start shooting at you or throwing things that can injure you or kill you. And even then, if I'm throwing a rock, you go out of the range of my rock throwing. Don't get stupid with me. I know the law. Even if I throw a ball at the policeman, he could know a ball can only travel for 50, 60 feet or yards. Let me move back to 100. That's your role as a policeman, not to shoot me. You back up yourself. And then you have a bullhorn or a loudspeaker or loud hail and you say, listen, de-escalate, remove, stop doing this, we're going to speak to you. We have, listen now, The president, Irfan is coming to Linden, or Barra, he's not a vice president, to hell with him, you're not vice president for me. You're Barra Jagdio. He's coming to Linden, we're going to have a conversation. That's what you do. That's what you do. You make a commitment, it's called negotiating, but some of y'all, like, you don't know what that means. You don't know to shoot and kill people. And that is found in our procedures for policing. You speak to the people. We're coming to Linden to have a conversation with you. The other thing that you do, remember when they had a COVID situation in the hospital, they know just what to do. They came to me, the commander, say, listen, London, we realize the people will listen to you. Let's talk. And I began to talk to him because you engage those you can see as a leader. And I spoke. You don't use force against me, these people will stop. You don't shoot them, nobody will shot to the bitch because it's clear. Don't shoot these people. There's not 2012 here. We had an agreement. Nobody will be shot. Okay, well, let's go see if we can have the bridge cleared now. That's how you function. Don't just shoot like you're heading good. But see these young policemen, not these, some of you, not all of you, some of you. Some of you believe that because you got vibe or issues with somebody from Wisma, and every day the boys in the back might cost you and stuff like that, you decide now, today is the day that you can show these boys that you don't play. That I know just what you're doing. So this is the day where Londoners will realize that you could do what you want. You are not allowed, according to law, to shoot anybody and kill them first. If the lower rank, let me just help you, if the lower ranked officers, be it a superintendent, an assistant superintendent, inspector, and the likes, if you all can't de-escalate the situation, then a higher rank officer shows up on the scene, not to kill anybody, but by rank you're now here to say, okay, I'm senior to you, so I know how to handle the situation better than you. So they begin to speak even further. You can therefore ask community leaders like pastors and so on to come. Let's all go before the crowd and let's talk to them, but people don't trust y'all because of how you treat them. You were asking me to come and I couldn't come. It pained my heart to do that I could not do because I have to decide to be here for my parents, to help them, to do things, to arrange my brother's funeral and all that. I'm out of Linden because if I were there I would have been on the ground right there. Who knows, you might shot me too. Because our police officers are given weapons to destroy people and not given information to protect us. And I realized that in the most basic traffic stops, the first thing how could you stop my car in a traffic stop with a weapon in your hand? You cannot be a traffic rank with a pistol in your waist to talk to me. What am I? You expect me to do something to you? Police stop. May I see registration? My response, no. Has the vehicle been reported as stolen? No, they're not asking for my registration. That's not your business. You don't have a right to ask me for anything unless you have a cause. Ask me for the basic. My driver's license to prove I'm licensed to drive. You don't ask to identify me. You ask for my license to prove that I'm licensed to drive the vehicle or the class that I'm in. Nothing else. Not to know where I live. Next, you may ask for the fitness if you think the vehicle is unfit. If you see the vehicle has all the lights on, the wipers are on. Some officers have common sense. They tell you, hang the horn, please. When I hang the horn, okay, the horn is fine. Step on the brakes, the brake lights are on. And you are not a certifying officer, so not asking for anything. But I can show it to you. Fine, it's fit. Then, for revenue purposes, that's money now, that's GRA. Is the vehicle licensed to be on the road? Yes, because the revenue license will match the license plate. Don't ask me to give you my insurance or you lock me up. It doesn't work like that because I have 5 days to produce it to you. So I can tell you as I would, my insurance is kept at home because I don't need it. I don't intend to crash every day. And if I get into an accident, I can simply get the insurance within the period of time. So I ask you, did you see my vehicle involved in an accident? No, so what do you want my insurance for? Then one had the nerve to tell me, and I'll talk this public because you're provoking me. A police told me he's going to arrest me, put me on the bench in East Ramveld. I think it's East Ramveld police station, for not giving him my insurance. And then I'll get it. So you tell me I'll get it then. You, since you have all this common sense, you tell me I'll get it. If you arrest me and put me on this bench, how the insurance coming to you? Your family has to bring it. How you know my family could bring it? If they're overseas, so you keep me here forever then? That makes sense to you? When the law says that if I don't produce it within 5 days, then I can be arrested for breach of insurance. But you don't understand that your own law. It's in the Traffic Act. You can't ask me for any registration. My vehicle isn't stolen. I never thought it was stolen. So we're asking for registration for. So instead of practicing basic common sense policing, no, they've gone on a whole new level. Shoot now. Show up in Linden and shoot to kill people. Because after all, they're throwing bottles at us. If they throw projectiles, it's called, or missiles at you, and you can assess as a police officer that the missile can only travel for 50 feet, 60 feet, you go to 100 feet. It's that simple. And all this time, you're asking for the people to de-escalate, to stop. Instead, it was an all-out war in Linden. Let me describe it for what it is. It was an all-out war launched against Linderners today. And the war was launched because people had to have access to cross the bridge to go and do their business. That's why y'all want to kill us in. Because truck drivers and business owners, as a matter of fact, in Georgetown have work to do. They're building things in Georgetown that require stone passing through Linden. So because you have to pass through Linden, kill Linderners to get where you have to go. That's what you did. That's what it was about. This is about showing Linderners that you're not going to do what you did before. Love you, nah, come in. This is about saying, hey, what happened? We have business to do, and once you stop our business, we kill you. Then Figueira, a member of parliament, you, a member of parliament, instead of saying that they show no regard for us as Linderners, they continue to attack us as Linderners. This reminds you of 2012. No, today you said that we need to just abide by the law. There'll be an investigation because you, a party, would form one person or member of the commission of inquiry. So you know that there'll be justice. So let me just say this to all of you. You cannot promise me justice if you continue to practice injustice. Somebody please type that, because I like to type things so people could read. They don't hear me well. I speak too fast. You cannot, or I should say you should not promise me justice if you practice injustice. I would never trust you. I don't care what your name is. If now you can't promise me justice. You should not promise me justice if you practice injustice. You have shown me, finally, that you don't intend to do anything right by me. So don't promise me anything. Because when the girls in Madi were burned to death along with the little boy, what did you promise them? 3 days in the morning, and then stink and dirty. This botheration. Party, because you can't hold back the party. That's what you did. And then give the people family $5 million and say that's what your child is worth. Imagine that. You should not promise me justice if you practice injustice. If you have officers who come and shoot and kill people, don't tell me that you're going to have justice served for me. Deal with them. No, you want to tell me but Justice Irfan? Tell us in Linden, hear what happened. Every time the police come to you with aggression like this, react to them because you have to stop. That's justice. You tell us as Lindeners, you have a right to protect yourself because the first law of survival is self-preservation. Don't tell me that you have a right to threaten to kill me and I must just roll over and die. And let me tell you further, because our law in this country has to change. We have a law in Guyana that states that we don't have the right essentially to protect ourselves from police aggression. Let me share this with you. We do not have the Second Amendment that the US have, which is the right to bear arms. You don't have that right. What you have is the right to ask. And you have to be so scrutinized thoroughly that you don't even have time to get a weapon by the time they finish with you. And watch this. That weapon is never to be used against the police either. Because the policemen, according to our law, are protected so much in so many layers that they should not be shooting and killing me wantonly because you'll have more protection than anything else. If a police officer Figueira comes to me tonight and pushes me in the trench, I'm supposed to go to Office of Public, we call the thing, OPR, whatever we call it, responsibility, of professional responsibility. You push me in the gutter, and I'm supposed to get up with the mud on my skin and hit and write a letter. And then I have to go through all kind of foolishness and I have to wait for an appointment date to meet with the board and to talk and all that. Because the law states that I can't get up and kick you in your head. Since I'll be wrong for hitting a police officer, but he's right to push me in the trench. Or he's wrong for doing it until they say he's wrong. It is not that there is no order for the policemen to protect me. It doesn't say in Guyana there's no order or no specific orders or list of orders or actions that police should take. What happens is it is not enforced because we have a lawless society led by these people here called the PPP, and they believe that they could do whatever they want to do to you through the police force. Then you have the likes of Figueira, who would abandon his own people yet again. You have disappointed me, but you've not surprised me. I would be more surprised if you condemn the police officers and you said to Londoners, they shouldn't do this to y'all. And if the police don't stop shooting me, we would not stop walking. And we would not stop standing. Because at some point, you will have to stand to survive. And I said what I said. But the law of Guyana will then say, oh, he's inciting violence. To hell with you. Don't play the foolishness with me. Because you're not supposed... I cannot incite violence if there's a peaceful situation. Let's deal with the law. Don't tell me that you come to me with excessive aggression, shooting to kill me. And I should do nothing. Because the right to protest is my right as a human being. I have a right to react to your behavior. I don't have the right to violate the laws if the policemen are keeping them. I don't have the right to say, well, if the police will hit me, I'll hit you back. I don't have that right because the law says I can't do that. But what Figgy needs to say is that the law must first begin with the law keepers. That's what you need to tell people. The people who are called law enforcement must be the first to demonstrate to me that they respect the law. Don't disrespect the law and then tell me I have to keep it. You should not be a puppet for some politician and tell me I have to respect you. And what is even more tragic is that the PPP are well aware, the racist bunch, that the demographics, the ethnic demographics in our military, it's very clear. You are predominantly African descendants. So who do you think come and shoot you more than anybody else? Come, let's get uncomfortable tonight, Figueira. We should talk about is how could they be more than 95 or close to 98 or more percent of Guyana police force, I hate that name, force, are African descendants. But tell me why you have so many of the Indo-Guyanese being in the top 1% of authority. So African people in this country don't have sense to rule, to lead Guyana police force? That's what you should talk about, you Figueira. But you can't even say that because it will upset Afan and Barrett, and I don't know what your future holds in politics. But it seems to be quite suspicious to me. The majority of the Guyana Police Service, I need to start using that terminology, and maybe I'll act differently. The Guyana Police Service has got more than 98%. And I didn't say that. Anil and all assessed that. You all assess that, listen, these policemen, more than 98% of you all are African descendants. So how is it that in the top 1% you have got more than 95% being Indians? So what happened? Hold on. Africans don't lead anything? When PPP took over, they fired the man from Nissil, London, Heath London, my family. Who they put? Sharma. You heard the name? Correct. At Bobby's Bridge, Figgy can't talk about this. The only people who sit out in the cold every night, I traveled all kinds of hours on those highways. Midnight, if I'm crossing the Berbice Bridge, the African girls and women, mothers, are sitting outside in security uniform, in constable clothes, brown and black. And in every booth is an Indian person. Because black people can't count money. Africans can't count money. Y'all are racist dogs. And that's why I call you what I call you. Because dogs, according to the dictionary, are people who are immoral and unkind. I can't find any nice name for you. I'm defining you according to the dictionary. In the morning, I showed my father and he took note of it. Every single morning. Sometimes at 10, 11 o'clock in the day, when the traffic is busy at the roundabout, at these roundabouts here, an African man or others, 2 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, they're sweeping the road. Now, Seafans has what they call a sweeper. When they had the cycle race for the Caribbean Championships, they brought the Seafan or Puran brother sweeper out. And they have trucks to sweep the road. But black people must sweep the road every day. You don't see any Indian doing it. Because Jaguar is creating in a society in our country here an image for African descendants. What do you do? When the people in Bushlot had a problem and they pulled a tractor trailer and blocked the road, you saw any police shoot them? When Nigerians went up to Bushlot, did you see any police shooting the people in Bushlot when they blocked the road? Answer my question. In quarantine, when the Anil you talk, Bart you talk, and Efron and Figgy you talk, you Figueira. Boy, I tell you, lucky it's so late because I'm on holiday. My throat burst with you tonight. And you don't cross my path when you tell you think about you in face to face and man to man. You tried it once and I spoke to you before. You figure it, answer me. When they pulled the tractor trailer and blocked the road in Bushland, did the police shoot anybody? In Portman and the rice farmers got mad or further up. And they say, listen, we ain't got anyone we want for paddy, and we suffer. They blocked the road. Did you see police shoot anybody? Oh, okay. But in Linden, when a man was shot and killed last night, he was shot, he was murdered, according to what I saw. You could decide that the first response to people protesting is to kill them. And Figueira said to the people, keep the law. Just keep the law. You all abide by the law. That's it. That's it. Just abide by the law. I was going to do another broadcast, but I'll talk about this here because Figgy need to talk about that. Did you talk about what happened tonight to Azudin? I told Azudin to just stay away from certain things today. Because I know exactly what he wanted to do. I know it. The fact that Azudin could go to London and speak to people and cause a bet, you see Ali running after him, Ali has to follow. What they did? Arrest him tonight. Because the drone operator said that Azudin had a gun point to him and according to the report and all that. Now hold on here. The law of this country is clear. You cannot, according to the Guyana Civil Aviation Act, you're not supposed to, authority, you're not supposed to have any drone flying over my house, my property, down in my yards, over anybody here. The drone operator has not been charged with anything. But Azudin was inconvenienced, held at Ronville police station because they had to have a confrontation between him and the other person. What do y'all really want? Let me ask you, Figgy. How is it you're not condemning any of these behaviors? That's what I need to understand. How are you not condemning any of these behaviors? All you could do is tell us in the end to keep the law. But you can't condemn the PPE's actions. Did you, Figueira, tell the police to keep the law when the girl said that Amal raped her? Did you tell the police to keep the law? Did you insist that the law was kept when your parliamentary colleague in Dharamlal was not arrested even for 2 minutes? He was not handcuffed for even 2 seconds? Did you insist that the police kept the law then? I need to understand when keeping the law applies to you, sir. Well, not only sir for me, you boy. When are we supposed to keep the law? So this boy, who Amir said works for him. I thought he left the job, but Amir said he works for him. So what would a drone operator be doing flying a drone into people's yard? And he works for. So Amir tonight incriminated himself. He said this young man works for him. It's his employee. So your employee flew a drone into somebody's private property and was surveilling their private residence with children around, and Figgy can't condemn that. You can't condemn that either. You know what? I have said it before, and I'll say it to you again, Figueira. You may be on paper to be as the member of parliament, but I have no regard for you. You are non-existent and absolutely useless. I'm telling you that. So wherever you go, everyone you want to go. But for as long as we're paying you as a member of parliament, I'll tell you what I have to tell you, but I really don't care about how you feel and what you think. Because at this stage you show me that you don't even care about your own people. You did not even make a comment in Chronicle to say you'll be out in protest tomorrow. You're launching a protest in front of Home Affairs. Nothing. You said nothing, not even a live broadcast you did to talk to your own people. Nothing but to appease the PPP. Because Ali may tell you, say something that makes people believe that you know, you're on our side. That's what it seems to me, that whenever you talk, it's okay. And I will close with this. Edgil, instead of speaking to the murder of Londoners, spoke to that Londoners was destroying the new bridge because of one incident. You see your African descendants? Because that's what you are. You see your African descendants in the PPP? Your day coming, you know. Your day is coming, you're going to wish that you were not an African descendant in the PPP. I'm telling you that. You, Edgil, they call you Bishop. And I have nothing personal against you. I'm talking to you in your capacity here. You would stand knowing a man, 2 men were killed today in London, yesterday and today. And your best response was to chastise the Londoners for destroying something on the bridge. Is your money building the bridge? Your money building the blasted bridge? Eh? Your money spent on the bridge? Your mother gave somebody money to build the bridge? It was left in the will somewhere for you to spend it, that's why you could be upset. If the people get mad and decide to destroy whatever it was, 2 lives were taken right before they faced public slaughter. And you talking foolish, why don't you talk about the East Bank? Why don't you talk about the East Bank Road, the half killed people today when I driving on it? Why don't you talk about the East Bank Road whereby the Chinese are building it and huge concrete slabs are sitting on at the side of the road? If you drive in the dark and hit one of those bumps, you fly into one of those slabs, you're dead. The gutters. The huge concrete gutters are sitting at the corner of the road. Chinese can't do that in China, but they could do it to Guyana because you are there. But you could talk about bridge, it's your bridge. You own it. And Figgy can't even condemn you. Figgy can't even condemn you for being so insensitive and stupid. Figgy can't condemn you. So wait, the lives of 2 Londoners is worth less than a bridge? You're lucky they still have a bridge standing in the first place because you don't understand when it comes to people's lives. You think it's easy for me to process. And I'm not even there. So watching somebody shoot my felon in his eye, you feel it's easy to see somebody blast a gun in somebody's face and kill them? If you all see the things that I've seen, and been in places I've been, you'll understand why I'm this person. You know. I tell you that when you need to understand there's a limit to which you can go with people. You don't think you could just push and push and push and push, and people just sit back and say, okay, do what you want. There's no hold. I mean, some hook, and even prostitutes got limits. But look who they choose to condemn Londoners that destroying the bridge. Boy, if the things I want to tell you tonight, actually I can't tell you because I'm an apostle of issue. I tell you that. I tell you that. You see, if I'm another apostle of issue, it'll cost you all worse than many men. Believe me. It cost you worse than the law allowed. Because somebody's been shot 2 people are killed, others are injured, and the best you could do is talk about the damage in the bridge. You don't talk about Chinese got people driving, had people driving on a mash-up road. You don't talk about that. You're not talking about the fact that Chinese have now brought in Chinese to drive trucks and are cutting out our truck drivers' business. Because they're building the highway, again, China Railway Corporation, Caribbean, the East Coast Road. You can't condemn that. You can't condemn the nasty work they're doing on the eastbound corridor. But what can you condemn? You can condemn people getting mad since they shot and killed people in their face today. You can condemn. You can condemn that they damaged some stuff on the bridge. You can't condemn ExxonMobil for raping us without oil and grease. But you can condemn Londoners because you just act like mad. We just woke up and decided we'll just get crazy and fight. But you'll need us one day, Edgel. Mark my words. You're going to need us. Come back to London and ask for votes. And I want them to chase you as far away as possible. Because Londoners have become too nice to you all. That's the problem. Londoners have become too nice to you all. That's why it could be so disrespectful to us. And I tell Londoners that. And we have leaders in many cases who have failed us and they couldn't act the way they should act. But you can need us one day. I promise you that. You hear me time I say it? Do you hear many times I tell you that? You're going to need us one day. Don't mark my words. These Chinese trucks are doing the gods to people. Breaking up. They don't care. They drive as if they're heading good. And it's all right. Priya, I talk to you before I go too, because all the arguments need to be addressed. You have a major unrest in London. People are killed in my hometown. Bridges are on fire. The bridge is on fire. Debris being burnt. And education officers are so crazy to tell people, as long as Wisdom is quiet, the school tomorrow. What the hell wrong with you all? Y'all had crazy? Because you don't know what you tell Priya. Who the hell is Priya? Listen to me, y'all. There are basic rules regarding safety of children. One of them is you have to ensure that there is no issue before you tell people they go back to school. You are endangering the lives of little children because when children see fire, they run to it. They want to see what happened. What is wrong with y'all and then them tell people they have to go to school tomorrow? Are y'all crazy? And grade 6 students must report because common entrance means more to them than the air they breathe. Common entrance is so critical to grade 6 that you have to be locked in school or stay back until the last bell tolls and the children can cross the bridge to go home. You saw Mr. Member of Parliament, the highest ranking official in defense, say tomorrow they're back on the road. And the education officer say, go back to school. Instead of you all come out as education people and say we're going to stand with our fellow Londoners because you want justice, you say go back to work because you're scared of the PPP who killing your people. I hope that by tomorrow morning you wake up and rub the out your eye. Sorry US people who don't understand me, I'm talking to Guyanese here now. Rub the boo out your eye and catch your brains and go outside and stand up there. Telling people nonsense they have to go to school. People shooting all over Wisma and people have to, and head teachers in school, they don't know what to do. Miss, what should we do? Go home! What the hell? What else you should do? Stay in school and kill you? From the moment you saw people protesting on the road this morning, you all don't understand me. Tell the parents to keep their children home because this is action time. You all should have common sense. You're scared to make a judgment call. You have to ask Priya what to do. Stay home because she won't come and take a bullet for you all in London. But you forcing parents to send their children out to their houses in this environment. Do you know if anybody's in the bush tonight planning that tomorrow morning they'll start shooting police vehicles when they pass? You don't even know that because the situation's not over. You're endangering teachers' lives. You're endangering children's lives because you want to please Priya. That's really what this country's come to? And Figgy can't condemn that either. So you've seen, before I leave you all, how many things Figueira cannot speak to, and he's a teacher. I don't know if he spends a minute in class, but he's a teacher at New City Secondary. Do you understand how many things Figueira has failed to speak to as a member of parliament? And all he could see is that we must keep the law. That's all he knows. The police must investigate, that's a popular term, and we should keep the law. That's it. Whoever is there, to hell with you all. That's what I sense in his attitude. Get over it. There'll be an investigation, that's a political term. They'll find out what happened, that's a political term. And then we're all right. Anyway, y'all, do well. I am asking Londoners, please understand my position. I'm asking of you. I have not left you alone. I have not abandoned you. I have not walked away from the situation. I am deeply involved in the situation in ways you cannot even comprehend to some extent. And believe me, I tell you this, I am deeply involved in the situation. I'm doing as much as I can from where I am. Please do not think that I've left you or I've abandoned you. I've just shirked. And it's not even my responsibility in the context of politics. My responsibility of a Londoner, of a Guyanese man. That's my responsibility. I have to deal with my brother's funeral. I have to do things. I have to prepare things to ensure that this Saturday is smooth and certain things are in place. So I had to come to Georgetown because the funeral is in Georgetown. I have to be with my parents, with my family to ensure that we have a funeral arrangements that have to be made. Please understand my position. I promise you that once Saturday comes and the dust settles, some folk will have to speak very loudly. Because Figgy can't show up at any event that I am at and just open his mouth to talk like a fool. Neither can Irfan Ali or any one of them. You kill my Linden people, we ain't going to have no nice conversation just like that. And there will be no secret investigation. You're going to give account to me and to us every single week or every day. And there will be no 2-year investigation in this that we forget. I don't care if the police is from Georgetown, but beast, you're all police. Police don't investigate police. Bring them in from another country and let them investigate this. Since you could go to CCJ, bring somebody from another country to investigate these men's actions. Since you love the US so much, bring the FBI to tell you what you should do in this situation. And if you fail, deal with it. There's nothing called any close arrest. I don't want to hear no close arrest, but any close arrest. This man has to be in a cell with everybody else, like normal civilians. There's nothing called any close arrest for police who kill people in an unjustifiable manner. Londoners, understand my position, please. But I'm with you, and I'm not in the US talking to you all from far, telling you how to stand and do nothing. No. I'm right here. I don't talk from far. I'm here, still in Guyana. If the FBI cannot come to Guyana, or Scotland Yard, or something from Jamaica, or something from Trinidad, can't come here and investigate this matter, there's no investigation to be had. Because Guyana Police Force will not investigate Guyana Police Force. Get for me that foolishness. Let the judge deal with him. Let the magistrate deal with him. Because he acted in a manner that contravenes the act regarding policemen. So we don't want no close arrest foolishness. Thank you all so much. Alright? So, real talk. As I said, let me show you proof. See this? Let me show you evidence, right? I'm building these because I have to have a stage at the funeral at the ground. There's no stage at education grounds. I'm building this. So y'all have mercy on me, man. Right? Much love. Until we meet again.